PD. Welcome to 60 Minutes with PD. Another 60 Minutes with PD. It's just the day before Easter. How are you guys doing? Yes. How are you? Welcome to 60 Minutes with PD. It's going to be an amazing time this evening. And yes, we are ready for another 60 Minutes with PD. So hi to all my people on Instagram. Hi to all my people on Facebook. Hi to all my people on YouTube. Na Afoko, how are you? Grace Agba, how are you? Good to see you all. Yes, wave and wave. It's an amazing evening. It's going to be a nice evening. Nkiru, my girl Nkiru, how are you doing? Wow, I'm really getting good at this. Is it pinned? Yes, no? Yes. Boom. Yes. I'm trying to pin the comments, so I'm trying to figure this out. Hi, Grace. How are you? Okay, I get it now. Okay. Hey, Nkiru. Shout out. How's it going? Okay. Real man, how's it going? Princess Adams Kim. We're talking about breakups this evening. You know, it's a hard thing to do, breakups. It hurts. There's a lot of pain. But hey, you know, it happens to the best of us. You know, we've had to break up at some point in time for some reason or the other. Welcome, people. Paula something. Ama, Evans, yes, Binta, how are you? Hi, Binta. How's it going? Yes. It's another 60 minutes with PD, your fastest moving 60 minutes of the day. So yes, how are we all doing? Are we ready for Easter? Are we ready for the holidays? How is it going? Yes. So welcome to 60 minutes with PD, your fastest moving 60 minutes of the day, every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. right here at PIIDI 19. Please follow me right here. The time is never enough. But hey, I'll be back next week. Hi, Martin for something. Hi, how are you? How are we all doing? Just good to see you all. Yes, while I'm on the platform, please feel free to ask me any question at all on life. I am here to help you, and I'm at your service. Davidson, how are you? And Zita, how are you? Zita, it's always good to see you. Happy birthday, Zita. It was your birthday a few days ago. Everybody just shout out to Zita. Happy birthday everywhere. You know, it was her birthday. And yep. I'm sure it was a great time. Paula's Naturals. How are you, Paula's Naturals? And Kathy. How are you, Kathy? How are you doing? Good to see you. We're going to learn a whole lot this evening. We're always learning so much. Yes. Davidson, how's it going? Yes, Kirill Chiri Priska. Yes, I think I got your name. I hope I did. So today's topic is healing after a breakup and loving again. It's healing after a breakup and loving again. I'm not going to talk about how we break up or how we handle it when we're broken up with. I dealt with this in a topic called breaking up and moving on. It's on my IGTV, it's on my YouTube at PIDI 19, and it's called Breaking Up and Moving On. You know, I explain how, if you're the one breaking up, I explain how you do it. If you're the one receiving the breakup, I explain how you get it, how you receive it, the best way to receive it. And you know, it's a good teaching, it's a good recording. Please, let's check it out. Adebing something and Debbie.Kim. How are you? Welcome to the platform. So good to see you all tonight. I know that we're also busy getting ready for Easter and everything. So the fact that you're able to just be here for the next hour is just amazing. And I appreciate you all. You know, I really do. Okay. So, yes, you know, we all break up. Things happen. And this evening, we're going to look into it and see how best to take it, how best to heal from it, how best to move on. And I'm sure we're going to learn a lot of things that we did not know before. So this is 60 Minutes with PD. It's relationships that are worked on that work. That's our motto right here. It's relationships that are worked on that work. So always make sure that you have a partner who is willing to work on the relationship Okay, that's so important. A teachable partner that's willing to work on the relationship is a good partner. Okay, wherever they are, they can work, they can get better because they're teachable. Lori Larte, how are you? Quincy, somebody, how are you? This is 60 Minutes with PD. It's yes. Please follow me right here and on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter. Get your friends to follow me. Let's do relationships together. Okay, breakups are usually hard. Breakups, it's not fun to break up because you've been with a person, you probably still love them, you believe you should be with them. So even though the breakups happened, it's hard. There's a lot of pain involved. There's hurt involved, and I understand that. But there's advice. There's a way you can look at a breakup that you can see it in a better perspective, because actually there is a better perspective to the breakup that you're experiencing right now. Okay? And the breakup is hard. It's the sudden end of a relationship with somebody that you've loved, invested your time in, somebody that you shared dreams with, even planned a future with. So you're breaking up with a person that you've spoken about the future, you've made plans for the future, and now they're no longer in your life. Or at the very least you've imagined a future with, and you spent quality time with them, and then and you've cared for them, but now they've left. So of course it's hard, of course it's painful, of course it hurts. I get a lot of calls or messages from ladies that say, PD, I'm hurting, I need to talk, and I'm really hurting, and it's true. I mean, the pain is real, the hurt is real, but there's a positive side to everything. So we're going to get that very soon. So now it's over. It's usually hard and painful. It's not easy starting the process of getting over the and healing and finding love again. And we've got to see this. It's sometimes it's sudden. Each time there's a breakup, the person who is breaking up knew that they were breaking up before you did. By the time you hear it, it's in your face. So most times it's sudden, and we have to get to a point where we start to decide to deal with the breakup. Okay, because at first it's just like we're blindsided. It's like you're hit on the side and you didn't see it coming, so you're reeling for like a minute. But as soon as you can catch yourself, then you start being intentional about getting over this breakup experience and this person at this point in time. So breakups happen to men and women, so it's for everybody. Like men get broken up on, women get broken up on. Marriages get people separate in marriages. People get divorced. I mean, it's a breakup. People get separated. It's a breakup, and the modalities, the logistics behind it, the things that you do to get over it are the same, whether you were married or you were just in a relationship. So I hope that we get that. One thing you have to understand, if you are going through a breakup, is that the breakup was necessary. Now, I want to explain something here. If you are in a relationship and you've had a breakup, know this: something was wrong in that relationship. Whether you knew it or not, it was wrong. You might be hurting because you didn't know that something was wrong, but there was something fundamentally wrong in the eyes of the other person that pulled the plug. So you've got to understand that if the breakup didn't happen now, okay, it would happen later, which means that you'd have wasted more time. Anytime you're in a relationship that ended up in a breakup, time has been wasted, okay? So to be quite frank, there is a positive slant to a breakup. It's like, even if you were able to manage yourselves and not break up and you got married, whatever the issues were fundamentally in the foundations, that issue will come back up again, even in a marriage. So the issue that you guys avoided causing a breakup during the relationship could actually, most likely, will be the same issue that causes the breakup in the marriage. So to be quite frank, when a breakup occurs, know this: something was not, whether I knew it or not, whether you knew it or not, something was fundamentally wrong in this relationship. Either I'm not the right person for them, they're not the right person for me, or we're just not the right, something was wrong. So if we look at this, then we can see that the breakup could be a blessing, because it's an opportunity for, like it's brought something up that I didn't see, something that could have jumped in my face at some point in the relationship or even in the marriage. But now that it's come to a head, and it's come to a point where we're like we've parted our ways, it's a good thing. It's actually, you can perceive it as a blessing. I hope that we get that. If you have any questions, please pop out your questions. I'm here to just answer you guys. So let's start to understand this. And the other thing is that not every breakup ends in a permanent separation. There are people I know that at the point you meet, one party might not be mature enough or grown enough, or they have not dealt with some issues in their lives, which we'll talk about very soon. So right now they're toxic and it's not working. But if we break up, then you have an opportunity to go fix yourself, work on yourself, and get better. And if our paths come together again, we actually could get back together again and make it work. So do you just get that? So breakups don't have to be permanent. There could be a comeback. And even if it's permanent, you've got to know this. The breakup is give you an opportunity, okay, to work on yourself, to figure out what's going on, which we'll talk about very soon, and to meet a better person, to meet a more mature person, a person that likes you for who you are. And I'll tell you this, there was a short video I made, and I said, you can never be good enough for the wrong person. I'll say it one more time. You can never be good enough for the wrong person. Because if, not that they're a bad person or you're a bad person, but if that person isn't your person, then no matter how hard you try, you can just never be good enough. So at this point, you may not have to try any further because they're just not the right person for you. Let's start to understand this. Too many times, especially for you ladies, you want to hold on. You want to hold on to the relationship no matter what. You just want to make it happen. Making it happen by all means should not be your mindset, okay? Because if you make it happen by all means, at some point in time, stuff starts to pop. Stuff starts to pop, and then it may be too late and time is wasted. Be very truthful to yourself. This is who I am. This is who this person is. If they're asking for slight adjustments, that's fine. But like major changes that I can't cope with, I'm not going to promise it, because if I promised it, I can't deliver. And if I can't deliver, then we're going to break up. So why do I want to make it happen at all means? Then I get married, then a year or two later, the guy, or she says, or he says, that you know what, it's just not working. It's just not working for me. So you want to be really, let's look at things objectively. If there's a breakup, realize that something was wrong. Even if it was your fault, something is wrong. If it was their fault, something is wrong. If it was just like a personality differences, then something was wrong. Something was so wrong that it has to be dealt with. And now it's popped up. We're in a breakup. I feel bad. I'm hurting, but it's for my good. Does that make sense to anybody? I want some comments, because I'm sure you didn't think I was going to come at it from this angle. Real Man says, if it feels like we have to keep doing trial and error until we find the one. Not really. I have recordings on my IGTV that tells you how to date. And many times, please do this. When you make your profile on the people that you are looking for, don't change it to fit the person just because there's something about the person that you like or something. Stick with the profile and change the people. What people tend to do instinctively, because emotions get involved, or maybe there's sex involved or something, which blurs your vision, you start tending to change your profile to fit the person. And then when you end up with that person, some years down the road, you say, I ended up with the wrong person. But that's because you didn't stick with what you said you wanted. You got so involved in them, and then you modified your profile to fit them. Never do that. Know your profile, pray over it, know that this is what I really want, and then change the people and keep your profile. Don't change your profile and keep the person. Am I talking to anybody? Do we understand this? Okay, so let me see here. Lori says, so if you find what was wrong after the breakup, is it right to go back to the same person again? Now, you can go back to the same person again after you fixed it. Okay, because don't forget, don't rush back. Make sure it's fixed, because if it's not, that same issue will come back again and blow you guys up again. So you don't. So it's the reason why you had to go apart in the breakup is that you could have time to yourself to sort things out. Okay, but if it's fixed, and because people do change, people do grow, people do develop, people gain capacity. So people change. So if you've changed, like the person that I broke up with this year, I could run into them like 3 years down the road, and they've matured. They know who they are. Their heart is whole. Like whatever hurts or whatever was operating in their lives has been dealt with. I could meet them again and find out that, this person is the person I want. I mean, obviously there was something in them that took me to them in the first place, but now they're even better. So, guess what? It could work. So yes, Lori Larty, it could work. It's making sense, but I'm still in love and hurting. And that's okay. Very soon we're going to get to the part, like, don't try to distract yourself from the hurt. Face the hurt. Feel the hurt, okay? Feel the hurt. Your mind will go back to good times. Let it go there. Then after a while, you put a stop to everything. You pack it up. You put it aside. People instinctively try to avoid the pain and the hurt, and then you start to distract yourself. The worst thing you can distract yourself with is another relationship. There's this crazy thing I heard lately that says the best way to get over is to get under. If you get what I'm talking about. Guess way to get over a person is to get under another person. That's crazy. That's just outright crazy. Because that's just so toxic and poisonous, because trying to have sex or sleep with another person just to get over another person. It's like you are messy. It's so confusing and it's messed up. That's not wise at all. So it's okay. It's okay. Who is this? Ali Tissam, I think. I got it right. You're going to be fine. It will go away. And very soon we're going to talk about that. I don't want to jump ahead of myself. But time heals, but time alone will not heal. There's stuff you have to do in that time that takes the pain and the hurt away. So yes. So where was I? I've just jumped up, Yes. You probably still love them, probably still care for them. You may still think that you belong with them. And all of these things make breaking up hard. I mean, and I'll tell you the truth. I'm not going to tell you that a breakup is going to be easy and you're just going to smile and laugh your way through it. It's not. But it's a time to realize that this is an opportunity to repair what's wrong and to get what's better. If you're recording or writing, it's so important. Each time you're in a breakup, it's an opportunity to repair something that's wrong and an opportunity to gain something that's better, a better relationship, a healthier relationship. Every single person that's broken up, if you follow what I'm teaching tonight, you are going to be able to ensure that your next relationship will be healthier than this current one. Because you'll have learned some things in this one that you'll apply to your next one, and everything is going to be fine. Do you just get that? That's just an amazing thing. So now, and it's like this: the relationship that you got broken up in, it was not going to work in the first place. Let's start to just understand this, that it wasn't going to work. So you will grieve it, but it's okay. It had stuff in it that wasn't going to make it work in the first place. And the sooner it got revealed to you that this thing has a problem and it's not going to work, that's just the best thing that to happen. Do you just get that? Hi Sam, I have a friend of mine in the house. This is Sam Hamadi. How you doing? Okay. Most times in a breakup, you've already stayed longer with the person that you should have. Seriously, if your antennas are up, you will have known that something was not right in this relationship. And to be quite frank, the breakup should have been sooner. So your investments would have been less. So most times, know this, by the time it's happening, you've probably already stayed longer than you should have. So if you start thinking this way, it's okay. It hurts and it's painful, but you know what? The future is bright. The future is bright and there's an opportunity to get things right. Okay? I like that. It rhymes. The future is bright and there's an opportunity to get things right. I should be a poet. I have lyrics. Is anybody listening to me? Am I the only one that's hearing these things? Okay. And hanging on to a relationship with someone who is not right for you or who you are not right for is a waste of your time. So there are times where you just want to hold on, you want to make it work, but if you're not right for each other, it's a waste of your time. So this breakup is a good thing. This breakup is a blessing in disguise, because this, like, there's no how that the breakup happened that there wasn't something something that needed to be addressed that either you know about or you had no clue at all. So that's really, really, really important. Let's hear from you guys about about breakups. What are your views? What has been your experience? Akogun, aha, Valerie San, yes. I'm still in love, haven't been able to move on, and you're hurting. And that is okay. That is fine. Just feel the hurt, and it's okay. And after a while, then you put it away. And we're going to talk about that very, very soon. Wish you were here. Okay, yes. Nana, how are you? Shirley. So I find this guy after I broke up with my ex. Okay, he's all I wanted in a man, but he is stingy a little bit, and is a bit. Is that a bad sign? Because he's stingy. One of the attributes of love is generosity. Because if you love a person, you will open your hands towards them, you'll open your heart towards them. Actually, once you open your heart towards anybody, then you've opened everything to them. So if he loves you, his heart should be open to you, and he shouldn't be so stingy. But from my experience with counseling, it's good for you to ask him, why. Sometimes men, it's like this, men, when things go bad financially, people in a marriage or in a relationship, people never blame the woman. They always look at the man and say, you failed. So for that reason, men tend to be more conservative about spending money than women. Not that they should be stingy, but they're conservative. So ask him, is it that you're saving for something? Is it that you're, maybe he's saving to get married to you? It's possible, so his stinginess is not out of place. But talk. Communication is important. Talk to him. Tell him like guy, I think you could be a little bit more generous. What's going on? Is there something that I need to know? Are you saving for something? Are you, put some, just find out. And really, a nice, well-rounded guy will give you a good excuse that will hold water. Time heals, but for how long? Now, this is one thing I want us to know. Time in itself does not do anything to anything. You see, the passage of time does not make a person grow. The passage of time does not heal a person. It's what you do in that time that will heal you. So if time has passed and you're still hurting, it's because you haven't done what you're supposed to do while you're hurting. Okay? There are things you're supposed to do in this time that will bring the healing. So let's start to understand that. Fantastic. What if you find the right person just at the same time you broke up? Well, you don't jump into the relationship. If you take your broken heart into that relationship, your broken heart will break the relationship. Do you understand this? Hurts people, hurts people. Say one more time. Hurts people, hurt people. If you are hurt going in because he's the right person, you're going to hurt the right person, and he's going to get hurt, and he'll move away from you. So to be quite frank, what you do is you still heal. You stay in contact with the person, and you heal. You make sure you're healed. There is no miracle anywhere. If you take a broken heart into a relationship, you will hurt somebody because your heart is hurt. And what will come out of it, there's always toxicity in a hurt heart. And whoever you take it to, no matter how well-meaning that you are, it's part of that poison will seep out and it will hurt somebody. Time heals, but I'm afraid it will take too much time and I just lose myself. You see, it's so interesting that when you understand the truth regarding this, most of these questions will be answered because you're afraid that it might take too long. But the only reason why it will take too long is because you didn't do the things you were supposed to do in that time. So I'm going to get there very soon. But that's amazing. I like the interaction. What do you think when a person breaks the trust you have in them within 2 weeks of dating? Is it worth to continue with the hope they can back the trust? It's like this. You be with them 2 weeks, they've broken the trust. I'll read them the riot act. That you know what, you don't know me, we just started out. But for me, it's like this is my boundary. If you mess up one more time, I'm out. I'm just out. I'm just not going to accept it. So and that's fine. So you keep moving, and if it happens for real, you're out. See, if you set your limits and you set your limits, like if a woman says, you know what, no man is going to cheat on me. Seriously. And like while I'm dating you, I'll tell you that, you know, if you ever cheat on me, I'm out. Okay? So please, I love you and I'd hate to leave you. But if you cheat on me, I will leave you. Okay? And I'm serious. And I continue our lives like hunky-dory, everything's fine. But God forbid the day you cheat on me, I will pack my load. No matter how many kids you have, no matter what is going on, I will pack my load. And I won't just accept it. You only live with what you accept. So let's try to understand this. I mean, it may sound a bit tough, but to be quite frank, if you don't bend over, nobody can climb on your back. So if there's somebody on your back, it's because you bent over. I'm not talking to anybody. Okay. That was fun. The guy is telling me we can be friends. Who is this guy? Why? Is he your ex wants to be friends? And that's something else too. When you break up, you need space, time, and distance. Sometimes the person who broke up with you, because they did the breaking up, they're trying to get you to stay around and be their friend. No, you can't. You're not going to heal. You know, like you told me you don't want to be this intimate with me anymore. Give me space and time. Let me go heal. I mean, we can be friends later, much later in the future. You know, not now. Did you get that? What makes a person right for you? You can never know who's right for you if you don't know who you are. It's a very, very interesting thing. If you don't know who you are, you can't know who's right for you. So the journey of finding who's right for you is finding out who are you? Who are you? What are your needs? How do you function? You know, what works for you? Just know yourself. Then after you've known yourself, you start, then you obviously know what you need in your life because you know who you are. Okay? If you don't know who you are, you're foggy about your identity. It's going to be really hard to identify the person that's going to be a match for you. Because if you don't know who you are, how can you know who they are? So do we get this? So let's you know, that's something right there. Yes. Breakups are hard. Yes, they are. This is Ade Bingo. Yes. Breakups are hard because I end up feeling unlovable. And that's not true. You see, in a breakup, that person wasn't right for you, or maybe you thought they were okay, but you weren't the right fit for them. But let me tell you this, there's a right fit for you. And in fact, I'm going to start to place it to my notes, because when you break up with a person, okay, you don't need to just heal from this breakup with this person. You have to heal totally. Most times what caused the breakup with this person is a hurt and a pain that's producing something in your life that needs to be dealt with. It will surprise a lot of people that there's stuff operating in your life today from hurt from when you were a child, either from your father, your mom, or something happened and you didn't, like you think you dealt with it, but you haven't dealt with it. And because you haven't dealt with it, it is producing a result in your life right now. That's a problem. So to be quite frank, and I've done this with quite a few people that have called me. It's an inner healing therapy that we go through that involves going back and just going back and bringing back the memories of the times you've been hurt and who hurt you, and choosing to forgive them and let them go. Because if you don't forgive them, then you're tied to them, and there are things that's seeping into your current reality that shouldn't be there. But till you go back and deal with those things, you're going to carry it from relationship to relationship. And this, you know, let me get to my notes, and I will get there very soon. Can you tell us what we will do in this healing time? I'm completely lost and stuck. I can't eat or work or do anything. And I understand you. I feel you. And truly, it gets better. In fact, let me press in so I can get there right now. Okay. Don't force the relationship, okay? If you are not the right match for each other, you will eventually break up. You know, precious time will have been wasted. If you're not the right fit and you get married, you will either eventually break up or you will be in a very unhappy marriage for life. Those are the two options. Both options will cause you pain and they are not acceptable. You know, you are expected to enjoy your marriage. You don't have to marry them just because you made the mistake of getting into a relationship with them. I'll say it one more time because this is going to save a lot of people. You don't have to marry them just because you made the mistake of getting into a relationship with them. There are times where just because we're in a relationship, we just go with the flow and we end up marrying the wrong person. Then years later, we're trying to get divorced and we're separating, and it doesn't have to be that way. Hi, Nigel. How are you? How are you, Facebook people? Hi, Instagram people. Okay. This breakup could be the best thing that ever happened to you, as it's saving you from a life of misery, never being able to satisfy your partner, or your partner never being able to satisfy you, just because you guys aren't the right fit for one another. A breakup can be a blessing in disguise. It might not feel that way right now, but wait till you get past the hurt, okay? You have to focus on the advantages of the breakup. So I think right now I've established the fact that there are advantages to breakups. The fact that there's a problem, now it's come to a head, it has to be dealt with now and not tomorrow, not after you're married. And it's a problem that you could never have avoided anyway. So, and also it's a time that you have time to fix yourself and prepare yourself for the next amazing relationship that's coming your way. So those are the good points right there. This is 60 Minutes with PD. Please follow me right here at PIDI19 on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube. Let's do relationships together. Please fill my contact form in my bio for free confidential counseling. Remember, I'm here to help you and guide you. Please follow me on YouTube. Let me know if you have any topic that you'd like me to speak on in the future. A breakup actually takes out of a relationship that had foundation. Now, a breakup actually shows that there was a foundational issue, and it gives you the opportunity to move to better and greater relationships. If you constantly remind yourself about the necessity of this breakup, it will help you get through the initial hurt and pain. Now, if you continue to remind yourself that this breakup that I'm experiencing right now, it's for my good, because it's revealed a problem and it's giving me an opportunity to start again after I'm much better, so that my next relationship can be healthy. It's important that we have healthy relationships where we are whole, and this breakup is going to allow me to get to that point before I go into the next relationship. And let me tell you this, there is going to be a next relationship. It's going to be better than the last one, because you're going to be better. So it's guaranteed that you're heading for better days. So if you're hurting right now, just hear my voice. You're heading for better days, okay? Just hear that. Keep it. Even if you feel that you were supposed to be with them, take this opportunity to work on yourself and equip yourself for a loving and healthy relationship. Take this opportunity to work on yourself and just prepare yourself for a loving and healthy relationship. Focus on the opportunity provided by the breakup and not on the hurt and pain of the breakup. Focus on the opportunity. See, when you're in a breakup, you've got to be intentional. You've got to be intentional about how you think, what you allow yourself to think, and your mind belongs to you. You can control your mind. Your mind cannot just roam around wherever it wants to go by itself, because your mind is like you're walking a dog. If I walk a dog, I am walking the dog. But guess what? The dog hardly follows behind me. The dog is running ahead of me, even though I'm walking the dog. But there's a leash in my hand that's on the neck of the dog. So with that leash, I can control where the dog goes, even though it's in front of me. That's how your mind is. Your mind never goes behind you. Your mind is always in front of you, and it's trying to go everywhere, but you own it. You have a leash on your mind. So when it goes to remembering some things that you're not supposed to remember, you can pull it back. If it goes to feeling the pain, you can pull it back. Wherever your mind goes, you are the owner of your mind. You pull it back to where it's supposed to go and keep it there, because your mind belongs to you. You don't belong to your mind. I hope that we get that. This is important. Okay, so the first part is that you recognize that the breakup was necessary. You want to make sure that after this breakup, you are going to be in a much better position to have much better and enjoyable relationships. Do not dwell in the pain and rejection of losing this relationship. Did you hear me? In the time the time after the breakup, do not dwell in the pain and rejection of losing this relationship. Instead, focus on the opportunity that's in front of you to really make things better. Next step, don't fight how you feel. Many times we fight the pain. We look for distractions. We drink. We go out. We live recklessly. We get into relationships. We associate with people that we don't. We always will regret these things, and avoiding the pain and avoiding the hurt is why it hurts and pains so long. It's like a fly in a spider's web. If you know how it works, when the fly flies into the web, it gets stuck. Now, if the fly stays still long enough, it might actually have the opportunity to pull away. But the more the fly struggles the more the web entangles it and holds it. That's how it is when you're in a breakup. Don't fight the pain. Don't fight or avoid the hurt. Yes, think about it. It hurts. Yes, I tell yourself it this really hurts. And the things that hurt, let your mind go there. Think about it. Think about them. And feel the hurt. The reason why we hurt for so long is that we avoid the hurt. Feel the hurt. 1 day, 2 days. Then after that, decide that on this day, I'm going to pack everything up and I'm going to close the case. I'm going to close this case. I'm not going to go back there again. And you can only do that because you've been there. If you've always avoided going there, you can't close it because you never went there. You never really looked in. Go there. Don't be afraid. Go, enter the hurt, enter the pain, and feel it. Think about what if the memories of the good times come. Think about it. Whatever it is, go there. But then, at a particular time, not more than 1 or 2 or 3 days. Then intentionally, you say, what? I have felt it. I've seen it. I've done everything. Now I'm going to close it up, and my mind is not going to go there anymore. So you feel hurt, and it's painful. Don't fight how you feel. The more you fight it, the longer you feel it. You get that? The more you fight the pain and you hide from the pain, you look for distractions, the longer the pain exists. And the worse it makes it. People get more consumed by the pain and hurt because they are trying to fight what they're feeling. It's normal to miss them. No matter how badly they treated you, it's absolutely normal to still care about them or love them. And I've seen this. A guy, he's been abusive, emotionally abusive, physically abusive, everything. But when the breakup comes, you're hurting. You're thinking of the good times. And that's okay. That's okay. But think about it. Don't run away from the pain. Okay? It's absolutely normal to remember the good times, but be careful not to let this fool you into jumping back into the relationship again. Okay, just because you remember the good time, don't go back because there's a problem right there. There was a reason why the breakup occurred and it has to be dealt with. Don't act on these emotions. Don't fight them either. It's interesting. Don't act on the emotions. Don't go back and don't go beg. And don't avoid them either. Okay. Many people get into distractions to not deal with the pain. Damage. Yes. Another relationship. Many people get into distractions to not deal with the pain by getting into other relationships, and these relationships are always damaging. Some people drink, smoke, live recklessly, involve themselves with people that they shouldn't. Allow yourself to feel the hurt, feel the pain, remember the good memories, then at some point intentionally put them all away intentionally. Your mind belongs to you. Just move your mind away from that. Put the hurt away. Stop meditating on the past and start to focus on the amazing possibilities ahead. Okay? Now, this is where I was going. Focus on your healing. This is the third step. Focus. It's time to heal. You need to focus on your healing. You will heal in time, but time by itself is not enough to heal you. It's what you do in that time that heals you. For most people, the traits in us that have a bad effect on our relationships come from past hurt, from offenses, some as far back as childhood, some as recent as our last few relationships. So know this, like there's a reason for some of the things that we've done. I mean, some people have this thing where they say, you know what, I'll tell you the way it is. I'm just a very blunt person. But then that's because you're just not being, there's no tactic. You should be more diplomatic, when you're talking to people. But that's coming from somewhere. There are times when you're struggling with actually loving somebody, but that's coming from somewhere. And we'll get into that in a few minutes. Healing after a breakup has to be holistic. Everything has to be dealt with, not just the issues from the last relationship, but all issues that have caused pain and hurt in our lives. Everyone responds to pain. Now, I want us to note this. Everybody responds to pain. Sometimes it's subtle and we don't even know we are doing it, but it's giving a negative result into our lives. And that's the thing. Everybody responds to pain, and the response is always negative. You hardly feel pain, and then you have a positive response. So, but everybody responds to pain. So wherever we have experienced pain in our lives, whether we know it or not, there's a response. Latent. It might be latent where it's not obvious, but we are responding to it. And that's what, like a person who has an anger problem is responding to some pain. And that pain is not necessarily from the person that they're angry with. It's coming from somewhere deep down within them. Okay. Same thing for different kind of characteristics. I mean, some traits in our characters that work against our relationships. They're coming from somewhere. We have to know that. Sometimes you have been hurt from childhood and you have accepted this pain response. It's a pain response as who you are, and you claim it, and you can't help it. This is who I am, and it is really who you are. Now, people say this is who I am, but sometimes this person that you say you are is not who you are. It's a pain response that you've had since you were a child, but you've had it so long that you have adopted it as your personality, but it might not be. So let's start to understand that healing has got to be holistic. Maybe who was supposed to love you and didn't love you, now you are looking for love in all the wrong places. A lot of people today are afraid of commitment or marriage because of what they experienced through their parents' troubled marriage. Their parents' breakup, their current breakup had nothing to do with their partner. So there are times when we break up, but it's something in us that's latent that we need to deal with. Okay, so first thing is you've dealt with the pain, you've felt it, you've put it away. Now you need to deal with yourself and heal. You really have to go through an exercise where you ask yourself, like what hurt or pain am I feeling? Have I ever felt? And then you need to find out, almost practically list them, and start to address each and every single one. Because anytime you were hurt or you felt pain, people were involved, and you've got to choose to forgive these people. And I'll tell you this, when you forgive, people struggle with forgiveness because they think, when I forgive, I've dealt with it. But no, forgiveness is something, dealing with it is something else. So you can forgive them, but you still have to tell them something, or you still have to stay away from them, but you can forgive them. And you forgive them not because of them, you forgive them because of you, because you need to release them. So the negative the negative traits, whatever that's operating in you, needs to go. Am I talking to somebody? Do you understand this? There were people who were abandoned emotionally or physically by a parent who left in divorce. Abandoned them. Now, when a parent lives in a divorce, children always feel abandoned. They feel they were abandoned. They feel that the parent that they were left with was abandoned too. And it's something that has to be dealt with. Guys, stay married. And if you don't, then explain to the kids and spend time with them and be intentional to make sure that they don't feel abandoned. Children always feel abandoned when a parent leaves. So let's start to understand this and start to avoid this, because it's something that starts to play out in their lives later on in life. Okay? So, yes. Now, because and the people that, because the parent has left, now a parent is supposed to provide protection and provision and love, and now you're gone. So guess what? The protection is not as it should be. The love is definitely not where it should be, and the provision is just not where it should be as well. So all of these things affect us, and it causes pain in us. It causes us to respond in different ways. That's why you see people in relationships that can't just give all their heart, because it's a part of their heart that they are guarding, because they've been exposed to some degree of abandonment or rejection at some point in time. And when breakups happen, there are times we've got to look into ourselves and say, well, okay, you know what, we'll deal with the issue of this current breakup, but let's take this opportunity to deal with everything. So the next time we enter into a relationship, we are whole. We are whole, we are healthy, we're in a better state of mind to make things work. A lot of failure and dysfunction in our lives have a root in internal issues that need to be resolved. Focusing on healing after a breakup must involve identifying every source of pain and hurt that you are conscious of. You must go all the way to your childhood, write them all down, and the people involved. Many people have a functional relationship with their parents, especially their fathers, but have a lot of unresolved issues with them as well that need to be resolved. The truth is that many times we have just moved on, but we have not dealt with these issues. Okay, so to free yourself from the negative effects of these issues having in your life, you must choose to forgive every single person on your list. for you to free yourself from these negative effects that's having issues at this time, you've just got to choose to forgive every single person on your list. This is your first step to freedom. You will bring back to your conscious mind what happened, choose to forgive them all. It's for your good. So you really need to do this earnestly. Forgive them, and not just forgive them, but bless them and release them. And at this point, just ask God to take away all the negative results, the negative traits, the negative trends that you've noticed and suffered from. Just ask God to take them away. You've forgiven them, and it's done. When you are done with this exercise, you will feel so much lighter and freer. For some people, you need a person to lead you through this, and I've done that for quite a lot of people. If there are issues that you know is recurring, stuff that you know needs to be dealt with, DM me, fill my contact form in my bio, and we'll talk. Yes, you really want to be completely healed so you can move on and get into healthy, joyful, and healthy relationships. This is 60 Minutes with PD. Please follow me right here at PIDI19. Let's do relationships together. Please fill my contact form in my bio for free confidential counseling. Remember, I'm here to help you and guide you. Please follow me on YouTube at PIDI19. Let me know if you have any topic you want me to talk about. Number 4, you have got to create your own happiness. Now, this is part of the steps the things you do in that time, and it's quite simple. Okay, you must never depend on your partner for your joy. Right now, you've gone through a breakup, okay, and you've lost your joy. You're not happy anymore. You're hurting. Okay, you have got to not depend on your partner for your happiness, for your joy. At this point in time, you need to pull your mind back because you've already felt the pain. You've pushed it aside. At this point, you want to make a list. What are the things that put a smile on your face? You've got to be very intentional. What are the things? Whatever it is that puts a smile on your face, make a list, 5 or 7 items, okay? And make sure that you are intentionally doing these things, regularly. I mean, if you can do it every day, fine. If not every day, but as often as possible. Because you've got to, you can't continue to just feel the hurt. You've got to get to a point that you are intentionally, putting yourself back in a joyful place. You're putting yourself back in a happy place. And it's got to be done intentionally. For most people who are just feeling the hurt, it's because you're doing nothing in that time. You're just not doing anything. You're going with the flow. But the flow right now is flowing you into the hurt. It's flowing you into the pain. But you can't do that anymore. At this point, you just want to be intentional to do the things that make you happy. Okay? You list 5 to 7 things, whatever they are, and be intentional. Be intentional about doing them. So if whatever it is, and let it be healthy things. Don't say, if I go out drinking all night, I'll be okay. No, that's not going to work. Or whatever it is, let it be something healthy, something positive, but something that that if I engage in this thing, it is going to lift my spirits, it's going to make me happy, and I'll be joyful. And you want to make yourself do it. You don't follow your feelings or your emotions. You are intentional. Okay. So after a breakup, you have to become a very intentional person. Did you just get that? Fantastic. So there are many things you can do. Be intentional about doing this. Take time out and take care of yourself. Too many times after a breakup, your mind's all messed up. Nope. Take this time to take care of yourself. Exercise. Take care of yourself. Focus on being the best you, okay? And this is something else. At this point in time, you want to focus on being the best person that you can be. What are the things that think about it. What are your weaknesses? So you want to develop strengths where you're weak. You start to think, what can I do better? What are the flaws in my life? Ask yourself, like what are my flaws? And whatever the flaws are, start to work on them. Be very truthful to yourself, okay? Ask yourself, what are your flaws? Nobody's perfect. What can I do better? So you start to focus on being the best you. This is the things that you do in the time. So if you just wait for time to take the hurt and pain away, they don't go. So I said 2 things. One is that you focus on the things that make you happy. You've got to be able to sustain your own joy. Your partner cannot be the source of your joy. When you enter a relationship, you are supposed to be joyful before you entered. You take your joy into it. Okay, and if you have to leave that relationship, you bring your joy out, and you are able to sustain and maintain your joy, because your partner could not have been the source of your joy. So the loss of your partner could not permanently take your joy away. This is Ali Tizam. I don't think I can be friends after breaking up with me after 6 years of dating, from love to friends. I told him that. And that is true. I mean, that makes sense. That idea of being friends, even if it ever happens, it's not now. Even if it ever happens, it's not something that's going to happen now. Because it's like it's just too fresh. I mean, your heart is still reeling. No. And 6 years, what were they looking at? If you can't make a decision, in the first few years, why wait so long? Okay. Talk to me, people. Yes. I'm trying to move this. I keep moving the wrong part of the screen. Do you think God will punish you? This is really good. So, do you think God will punish him if he or she has betrayed you? God is a kind God. If he or she repents and what's the word now? If it depends. It depends. It depends. God might actually not punish him. So let's not. I don't have that kind of heart that you want God to punish him because he left. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to find somebody better. You see, him leaving you is giving you an opportunity to actually find a better person, a more faithful person, a person that's going to make you happier, a person that's not going to demand a lot from you because they fit. When you find a person, like when you find your match, the adjustments aren't a lot because there's a match. If you're having to adjust a lot, then you've got to figure out that, is this person really a fit for me? You want to find that out, and that's really important. Okay, so be honest about yourself. I'm talking about being the best you. So be honest with yourself. Okay, don't let pride get in the way. Improve yourself. Read books on relationships. Listen to books. These days they have audio books. Listen to experts like me on relationships. Attend conferences. Get counseled. Watch videos. Grow mentally. Grow spiritually. Grow emotionally. These are all the things you do in that time. For most people, we're just like sitting still and we're just feeling the hurt and continue feeling the hurt. So we're just feeling the hurt and it's painful. And we say, this thing is, I feel bad. It hurts. My life is over. This person has left me. But let's not do that. It's happened. It happened. There was a problem. That's why it happened. It's actually a blessing in disguise. I have a time to look at myself and make myself better. In this time, I want to do the things intentionally that make me happy, because I'm a happy person. And a happy person, attracts good quality people with good energy. Do you understand that? So you want to be happy, you want to be joyful, and they can't take your joy away because they were never the source of your joy. Now, if you're in a relationship and everything is going fine, your partner is not the source of your joy. Let me tell you that, because if you make them the source of your joy, you're giving too much away. You've got to be the source of your own joy. Do you understand this? And that way, if you're in that posture, even a breakup would not devastate you like it would in another situation. You just get that. So, grow mentally. Part of what you do after a relationship is to take care of your health. And this is true. Do you realize that when you're healthy, you feel better, you're better emotionally, you're better mentally? And to clarify, when you exercise, if you don't over-exercise, if you exercise enough, it actually boosts your energy. You feel better. Your perception is better. It's like, whatever comes your way, I can get over this. Okay, that's how it's going to feel at that point in time. So it's so important that you take care of yourself. You exercise, you think positively, and you eat well, and that is really good. The sixth thing you do is that you stay focused on positivity. Like, there's so many negative things around us. I know a lot of people that when they break up, they listen to sad music, and they spend time in the dark in the house. The curtains are drawn. What do you think you're doing to yourself? You are depressing yourself, whether intentionally or not, I don't know. But that's what you're doing. So you got to be intentional. I mean, like, you suffered a breakup, yes. You miss them, yes. It hurts, yes. You still feel the pain, yes. Am I going to draw the blinds and then stay in the dark for days? No, because if I do that, I'm just sliding downhill, and I'm not going to slide downhill on purpose. You're going to have to drag me downhill. I'm not just going to help you to go downhill. So you know what? My lights are bright. And then some people just play the worst music. And to be quite frank, if you listen to the lyrics or some of the songs out there, it will blow your mind how sad they are. They're really sad. And this person is singing some sad song, and you're like singing along and listening to the lyrics. You don't want to do that. Listen to something upbeat, something that's cheering you up, something that tells you tomorrow is better. Listen to something that's just upbeat. So the music that you listen to good music. Surround yourself with people that are positive. Some people give really bad advice. I mean, I've seen really terrible things happen. Like somebody died, and then you come and tell them about stories about somebody else that died. No, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear life and not death. So be careful who you surround yourself with during this breakup. Have people that will cheer you up. Do things that will cheer you up. Don't just focus your mind on positivity and not negativity. If you let your mind go negative, it will drag you down. So just the passage of time by itself, like people said earlier, like it will not heal you. In the time that you are healing, in the time that passes after the breakup, you want to do these things. You want to focus on things that are positive, move away from being negative. You want to be the better you. You just want to get your heart healed in every way possible, release yourself from a lot of things. You've got to be intentional about staying positive. Stay away from anything negative on social media. Same thing too. Social media has so much going on that's not positive. So you stay away from everything that's negative. Stay positive. Be careful who you follow and what you read. Don't expose yourself to things that will not lift your spirit. Okay? You need your spirit lifted so you can be strong and move forward and be victorious. Okay? Yes. Don't hang around negative or insensitive friends. Stay productive. And that's true. When after a breakup, don't just start to do nothing. Stay productive. And don't overwork yourself, because if you overwork yourself, then that's a distraction, because you don't want to be distracted. So you stay productive, and you rest, energize yourself and stay productive. Make sure that you're doing something and that you're productive. That is so important. You need to be, and finally, you need to be strengthened spiritually. Whenever you've experienced a breakup, somewhere along the line, you've got to be strengthened spiritually. Okay, you've got to let God comfort you, and it's a good time to just get to know God better, to grow in your relationship with God, and lean on God, because there are times when the whole world could fail you, and the only person that's going to stand by you is God and understand you. And never just start to think that God had anything to do with the pain that you're feeling, because sometimes we do, and then we get angry with God. And if you're angry with God right now, please choose to forgive Him, okay, so that you can draw close and start to lean on Him and get Him to comfort you and strengthen you in a way that nobody else can, to be quite frank. And make it a habit that when life happens to you, don't run away from God like God did it to you. When life happens to you, run towards God, okay? In a way where it's like you spank a kid, and the kid that you spank, runs towards you because you're the father. So let that be your mindset. That is so important. Did we hear anything? Any questions? Or should I push on? Let me see. Did I miss anything here? Yes. Let me see. So, how are you now, Foko? How is it going? Grace, Nkiru? Yes, did you hear anything? And sometimes we see the person that broke up with us, they've moved on really, really fast. Don't feel bad about this. Know that the relationship had a problem. It wasn't you. That problem was there already. You just get that. It was there already, and that's why this happened. And the fact that there was somebody else, it will hurt, which is true, but don't think about it. Don't let your mind go there. Know this. This breakup is an opportunity for you to know that they were not the right person for you, and that it's an opportunity for you to fix yourself, get better, and prepare yourself for a better relationship, a much more healthy relationship that's going to last, that's going to work out. because now you know so many things that you didn't know before. So don't let it be a thing where you're looking at them and you're watching their social media and you're watching what they're doing. You know, don't, like they chose to go, let them go, okay? And just know that this was for your good. This was for your good, because there was a problem there anyway. If they didn't go now, they'd go later. It's better that they went now, because at least you have the opportunity to start afresh. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Did we hear something? Did we hear something? And as you see, my time is up. My time is up. Let me see if I have 1 or 2 questions here. So people, it's been nice. Enjoy yourselves tomorrow. Tomorrow is Easter. Have an amazing Easter, people. You know I love you, and I'll be back next Saturday with something even more interesting, something really hot. And please let me know the topics you'd like me to talk about, so I can bring it to you, you know, in an exciting manner as possible. So bye Zita, bye Davidson, bye Real Man, bye Ade Bing and Debbie Cam, and everybody. Goodbye, people. It's nice being with you. Bye.